So, we're back at it. More photography. We're doing about half as much today as we had to do yesterday. So that's a plus. So, it's not like we'll be here crazy. What kind of gardening work are you going to get done today, Luna? Yo, how are ya? Are you back in Ireland now? Oh man. Oh man, I bet you are. How much longer till you get home? Gotcha. That makes sense, Luna. What kind of garden are you going to have this year? What are you growing? Oh, I bet. You're growing a bay tree? Sweet, you're so close. You got this. I don't know if you guys saw this guy the other day. This is a refry. The lid's kind of meh on this guy, so I might sell this one for cheap. Really pleased with all the photos we took yesterday, though. They came out really nice. I'm hoping we can get some nice ones today as well. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? So this teapot I made in 2019, and I just refried it in the soda kiln last week. This is our turtle whistle that didn't work. When I blow its face, see it cracked. I don't know if you can see that in this lighting, but it cracked pretty hard right there. So when I blow its head, it doesn't really do much. That's okay. I think it'll be a cute little teapot anyway. So this is the other teapot that I refried. Annoyingly, this one so the reason I was refrying them is that they were leaking. The other one sealed in, this one did not, which is a shame. A serious shame because this teapot is awesome. But, you know, you win some, you lose some. Not much I can do about it. So I edited all 170 photos that we took yesterday. And I posted one of them to my Instagram already. One of the cherry blossom teapots that we did. It's something that's been happening recently-ish, just because I've been selling a little bit more in person, is that people will come up. I've already complained to you guys about this before. I just think it's funny, so I complain about it all the time. Um, but people will like pick up a double-walled pot from me, and they do two things. They say, if they've never seen my work before, they're like, "Oh, this is heavy. Why is this so heavy?" Or if they know my work, they're like, "Oh, this is much heavier than your normal stuff." And it's like, yeah, it's double walled. There's two walls to it. What do you want from me? Like, what are you expecting? Double wall, double the size. Oh man. I gotta go wash my hand off. This cut that I got is not looking great. Give me a half a second. Dog, I'll be right back. You stay up here. I wish I could put a band-aid over it, but the band-aid's gonna look worse. Just sort of frustrating, but so how long is the flight to Ireland? Is it like 7 hours? Have we talked about this? Something like that? Hi, Beebs. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Mwah. See, that's the thing. It just doesn't like make sense to me. It's like people are confused and then off put by the extra weight, and it's like, what do you want me to do here? Just don't buy the double walled pot if you don't like the double walled pot. I'm not forcing you. They're really expensive. There's no pressure. I've ordered a new light thing, but it's not going to get here in time, considering I want to just get it. I would need it this morning. So, oh, that's not too bad. Jeffrey, we're photographing all the pots that we've made and fired and whatnot together. So this is another double walled bowl. This is a refry that I think came out really special. I know someone's it is heavy, and I know someone if they buy it they will complain to me, but that's okay. I'll preface in the description that it is heavy, but it's also a dinner bowl. It's for rice or whatever, I don't know, miso or just normal food. I mean, if this bowl doesn't sell, I probably will take it for myself, because this one or the one we just did, I really like both of them, honestly. Come on, light, please just stop it. It's like the smallest amount of motion will make this thing. Stop. Come on, dude. Don't do this to me. Oh, that makes sense. Well, I'm glad you're almost home. I'll check on that video afterward, Annie. Jeffrey, I'm just using an old Canon. I don't really know how to photograph these, but these are the earrings that we made, the little mug earrings. don't really know what to do with these yet, so I'm just going to put them to the side. I think I'm not going to do anything until I can get the backings for them. Does anybody know, like, is there a specific name for a dangly earring? Like the metal piece that attaches to them? Is there a specific name for that? For an earring? So like when I go to buy the backing, um, I can be looking for something specific. Does anybody know what I should be looking for? I've never made earrings before, so I don't know. I don't know what what I'm supposed to be looking for. And here's one of the butterfly pendants that we made. Yeah, right there. I know there must be like I'll be able to find it out pretty easily if I Google it, but I just figured if one of you guys knew off the top of your head, it's another refry. Demo, what's good? How are you? I really love how these came out. I'm so happy with both of these firings, honestly. I don't think there's anything I could have done better. Can you guys see the inside of this? Yeah, I know, right? A serious blood sacrifice. My hands are so messed up right now. Worth it, 100%. Come on, focus on the inside, please. Please. Come on, dude. No! It went dark right when it got focused. There we go. It was worth it. It was worth all the blood. So this teapot is going off to my tea dealer. He's such a good little pour, and I'm pretty psyched. So we're doing a straight trade. So I'm charging him $264 for this teapot, and so he's going to send me $264 worth of puer, which I'm very excited about. Because, like I said, I'm waiting to buy more tea because I'm trying to just burn through everything that I already have, and it seems silly to purchase more when I have stuff already. So that sounds cool, Annie. Can you guys even see what I wonder if wait, hold on. I'm going to change the angle a little bit. I'm going to bring you guys up a little bit. Maybe even zoom you in a little bit so you can kind of see better what I'm doing. If I move you over here, there we go. You can kind of see better. I'm going to be in the way more in a second, but that's okay. Yeah, I'm very pleased with this particular teapot. I'm very excited to have more puer in my life soon. I've run out of like daily driver teas. And so I've been having to like sit with it and have more gong fu sessions, which is fine. Yeah, the glaze is sweet. So this glaze is actually Caribbean, which is supposed to be like a matte green. And the teapot top, I don't know if you can really see the difference in color there, but the top of that guy is actually the same glaze as the base of it. And the only difference was where it was placed in the kiln. Come on, buddy. Very, very pleased with that one, though. So I was doing a little bit more sanding this morning, which is why the video started a few minutes later than I scheduled it, but not by much. Here's one of the tall tumblers that we made that I don't remember who suggested we make tumblers. Do you guys remember who said this? Maybe it was Joyce. Because then we had a whole discussion about the word tumbler and how this isn't even like what a tumbler is anymore. Or like what a traditional tumbler is. This isn't even it. Agreed. And it's interesting as to like, but I still don't really understand why. Because a tumbler, you looked it up for us, right? Didn't you see that it was supposed to be like a rounded bottom pot where it wobbled, where it got the idea of tumbler? And for some reason now it's just like a tall cup form, which doesn't really make any sense. I don't really understand how it changed from tall cup or from something that rolls to tall cup. It doesn't really make sense to me. All right. Excited to be done with all the bigger things. We have a couple more bigger things to do. Some teapots and some more bowls. Oh man, this one's gonna photograph really well, I think. I really like the editing part. I don't mess with the photos. All I do is increase the light in the background and then the brightness. So the background is really white. That's all I do for my edits, and I really like doing it because it really shows you up close what the glaze looks like. It's probably one of my favorite. I don't really enjoy the editing process, but it's one of my favorite parts of the process in the sense of getting to actually see the work close up. So the red on these is coming from copper that's reducing pretty hard. The only thing that's on the outside of this is actually a white Shino, and they're quite red from there. Yeah, it's cool glaze, eh? Yeah. That totally makes sense. That would check out. Make sure these are nice and clean. When I'm grinding, the white powder gets everywhere on them. But like, oh my God, look how pretty that is. That is a sweet teapot, the color wise. The teapot is not as nice. I think it's very antique-y looking. That green kind of reads antique to me. Not really sure why. My old camera that was nicer, that was my ex-girlfriend's, autofocused. This one does not. And when I've tried to set it so it does autofocus for me, it just does not work. It's completely useless. Mm. So you can't see it in the photos and everything, but I don't know if you remember, you can probably see it better if I do this. These are all double-walled lids too. So the lids are also double-walled as well as the pots. I know you guys were here with me when we were building them, but for those who weren't, kind of a fun little addition. This teapot I'm about to photograph is the one that I made for Ceramics Monthly. So this is the teapot that is going to be in the May edition of Ceramics Monthly. I have a 2-page spread on this particular teapot. I should probably send them a picture of this teapot for that, but I've already kind of sent everything over to them for what they need. Kind of wish I had orange on it instead of the Celadon, but it's not bad. I like it. It's pretty. And we did the lid differently. I don't know if you guys remember, but instead of doing holes everywhere, we only did 3 holes. Sydney, what's good? What's happening? What's going on? Tell me everything. This is such a cute little teapot. So there's one teapot that doesn't actually work. It leaks outside of the refry. So we have 2 teapots, I guess, total that don't work. There we go. Nice. What kind of tea are you drinking? I think this tea bowl was already reserved. I think they're going to come pick it up in person. They were a local who now live out west. And I think they said they were coming to visit in like 2 weeks. So I think they're going to just try to grab these in person, which would be great for me. I would definitely prefer someone to pay me in cash. And on top of that, I would prefer not to ship. Just because it's cheaper for them, it's less time for me. I don't mind the shipping process. I feel like a lot of people who don't want to sell online, it's because they are worried about the shipping process. It's really not that bad once you get everything kind of organized. But this one has also been reserved. This one is I was keeping it for myself for a really long time, and I decided to put it up. So gotcha. Yeah, I'm yeah. I'm curious what it's going to be for pricing soon for everybody. I'm not really looking forward to spending quadruple the amount of money on tea if we can get it. I think the more simple solution long term is to learn Mandarin or make friends with someone who does tea stuff and then just go to China directly from now on and buy my own tea. Probably be cheaper. Yeah, it sounds like I'm curious how Brendan from Whispering Pines is gonna do. He told me we're doing that trade for that teapot for $260 a puer. Um, so I'm hoping that'll let me stockpile me for enough time that that's not gonna $260 in puer is not gonna last me very long, honestly. I drink too much tea. My addiction is finally starting to become a problem. You know, an unaffordable problem at this point, or an unaccessible problem. I really wanted matcha the other day, um, and I cannot find it on any of my suppliers. So luckily, I had already signed up for that tea ceremony thing that I was gonna do. So I got a little bit of my matcha fix just because I was doing that tea ceremony anyway. Love, love, love this little cup. Someone was telling me that they've been eyeballing that cup on my website before the refry on it, and they were disappointed that I took it down. But I think it's a nicer version of itself. Same with this cup. This cup, I am so tempted to keep for myself. I will put it up, but we'll see. Yeah, I think that could be why he's been moving hard in. Well, I don't think it's why he's moving hard into herbal. I think he just really gets into cool things and just switches it up. So I don't think that I kind of doubt that it was solely because of that. I kind of assumed that he was going to move in that direction anyway because that's just his personality. I could be wrong, but that seems like Brendan's vibe. Thank you, Sydney. The pink is killer. We're about to here's a pink we're about to photograph two little pink double wall cups. Here's one of them. You're not going to be able to see until I put it into the light, I don't think. But the pink, God, I love pink so much. And the pink has this like uh, green hue to it from the wood ash, and it's just spectacular. Actually, we're not going to do pink back to back because it makes it harder for me to see stuff. So we're going to do pink, blue, pink, just so I don't get mixed up when I'm trying to put these on my website. So the plan is we have like 200 pieces, but my plan is to pick the best 50 pieces there are and put those best 50 pieces up on my website and then kind of separate the firing into different segments, or maybe we just here's really what I'm thinking, like, do we do a just double walled update and then we do a just you know me update and then we just do a just we know me update and then we do a just bowl update? Like, I have so much work at this point, I do not want to put it all online at the exact same time. So do we separate the update by type of pot? Like, what's the solution here? You know what I mean? Like, what do we? I'm kind of, to be honest, I'd love some input because I'm struggling a little bit to figure out exactly how I want to do this. Because it is nonsensical to do all of them in one go. I mean, if I put 200 pieces on my website on one go, I'm not going to make any money. No one's going to buy anything. But if I put 50 pieces on, or if I even put 20 pieces on, they're all going to sell. So I don't know. Good. I'm glad. Yeah, I'm so happy to hear that, Sydney. Well, you were the one who were saying you don't like pink generally, right? Oh, here's a sweet little pink. This one's better than the other one as far as double walled cups go. This little pink one's killer. Oh wait, I have to take a photo again. There's schmutz in it. I just think it's such a nice kind of pink, especially with the texture of the Shino to kind of like interact with it. Yeah, I'm very, very, very pleased. Cool, awesome. Yeah, the that teapot that I post on Instagram, I'm so psyched on. There's one of them, there's two pink teapots. One of them leaks, and I'm really hoping that's not the one that leaks. I can't remember off the top of my head which one is which. Um, but I'm really hoping that is not the one. I mean, it's not the end of the world if it is. It just means that I get a free, awesome cup to put on my shelf as an art piece. Or, you know, we were talking about this a little while ago, but like, would it be weird to sell work that doesn't work at a discount as an art piece? I'm charging like, I can't remember what, it's like $300 for these teapots, the double walled ones, which is cheap for teapots and incredibly cheap for something that's double walled. Um, so if I charged $100 for a teapot that didn't work, that was a piece of art, it was double walled, is that messed up? Is that something that I keep getting called doing money grabs recently? Everybody keeps saying that in, that my subscription thing on Instagram was a money grab, and I don't think they even looked that I was only charging $2.50 to become a subscriber. It's like I'm not planning on making any money from it, but yeah, I'm not actually gonna learn it. I think I'm just gonna make a friend, Annie. I would rather learn Japanese if I'm gonna learn a language at all. Um, but my Japanese skill is very lacking at the moment. I have this cool. I bought one of those VR things a million years ago, and I don't use it, but I did buy a game a couple years ago that I haven't. I haven't put that headset on ever. It's just I don't like having it on my face. But I bought a language learning game called Noun Town, where you kind of interact with the world and talk to people, and it felt kind of like a more immersive way to learn a language. So I really wish that VR was a little bit better so I could just put on glasses before bed and not a whole headset and have it be a whole ordeal every single time I want to just hop on and learn a language. But I think I might just start doing it more. Okay, cool. I think that's a smart move then, Sydney. I'll just say broken teapot or art form. And you know what I'm learning over the years though is that people don't really read the description. I write this whole description. I write how much every single cup holds. I write what firing it's from. I do all this stuff, and I've noticed that no one seems to really read that, um, which has always been a little bit surprising to me. Like if you're spending that much money in a cup and you don't know how big it is, I'm just kind of shocked. But maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm the weird one. I just don't know many potters who actually say milliliter capacity. Sometimes they do height and width and stuff, but most of the time people don't put any of that information on their website. And I'm putting milliliter of every single pot I've ever done. I don't know. Totally, but that it's what's confusing is that I've had in the past, this does not happen often, but I'll have in the past, people message me after they receive the piece and they're like, oh, this is smaller or bigger than I thought it was. And I'm like, what do you mean? I wrote I said exactly how much it's going to hold. And you could have based it off of that. I mean, my hand's in the picture. So, and the main reason I do this second shot where my hand's in the picture is so you can see scale. But it's kind of a confusing one. No one's ever like tried to return something, but I have gone people who were like, sorry, got a phone call. I'm back though. All right, so we're gonna photograph Christina's work as well, because why not? Give her some nice studio shots of her pieces. Cool. I just think that's insane. Like if I buy things, I go through rabbit holes and I just like really go down rabbit holes and I really like do deep dives on everything. Um, Again, not necessarily with like art pieces. That's more of like if I enjoy it, I enjoy it. Um, I have been confused by terminology sometimes though, because everybody's interpretation of size can be different. So like I bought pots from people who they say like me uh, on their thing, and then it's like 100 milliliters, or they'll say me, and then it's like 500 milliliters, and I'm like, okay, so where this goes all back down to just the language thing, especially because we're taking that word from a different culture, um, as to like what it means. There's no in the U.S. No one has standardized what a a guinomi, and a choco actually mean as far as like milliliter capacity. I try to do that in my work, um, but yeah. Oh well, yeah. Then it sounds like it's on them. Then what's up, Toyota? The name. Oh my God. I don't know what any of the words after that mean, but probably means that you spent too much money on a car, is my assumption. This one's so bright, or so light, it's not pink. This is that cup that Brian wanted to do that I was complaining about because I thought it was super boring. It turned out it came out really nice because it was super boring and the glaze took well to it. I didn't bother signing it. It's not my style, not my like whatever. If someone wants it, they can buy it, but there's no chop on it. There's no nothing on it. There's no indication outside of the glaze that I made that one. Welcome back, Luna. How are you? Oh, beauty. Beauty, this one. Oh, man. Might have to just take another picture of it like this, even though. Yeah, I like this one a lot. This one's really cool. I'm using a cheapo Canon. Um, I used to use this really nice Nikon that was my ex's, but she wanted it back after we broke up. She let me keep it for a year, and then she got married and wanted it back for her wedding photos. So it was very nice of her to let me keep it for as long as I could. And I found this camera in my mom's basement. I was just like poking around before buying a new camera for myself. I figured I would see if there was anything just old lying around. Um, it works. It took me a little bit of time to get used to it, but it totally works. Awkward? No. No, no. I wish her all the luck. She wanted a kid. I did not. So, um, you know, I hope all the best for her. She just called me up. She calls me up every so often, tells me big life updates and all that. I'm one of those people who's friends with all of their exes, so I've got no problem. I'm happy that she's happy, and it was again very nice just to let me even use it for as long as I could. Yeah, totally. Yeah, she wanted to like build a life with someone and do that kind of stuff. Super reasonable. I uh I was willing to do it, but not that's not something that I wanted to do, you know? And so she went and got married and I went and got a vasectomy. So that's how that played out. Yep. Yeah, it wasn't like a bad breakup too. We were together for like 6 years and always hard to break up with someone. She broke up with me because of the whole situation. So um but it's always hard, but I learned for me, uh I didn't realize how much I wanted to be alone. I didn't realize like being in a relationship like that is not for me, at least at the moment. It's not for me. It's been a couple years now, too, since that all happened. We're almost almost kind of there. We got a few more pieces to go. And then we got to figure out how to photograph the whistles. I haven't really figured that one out yet. Oh, 100%. Yeah. My biggest thing I learned is that I I don't want to share a space with someone. Now, if someone could live on a different floor of my house and have their own space, and then we could come together, we talked about this before here. I think that'd be fantastic. And so it's like two people living together, but their spaces are separate. That would be ideal. Once that's viable here, then I will do that, and maybe I'll get into a different type of relationship. But until that happens, or until it's possible, I'm just gonna keep on keeping on. I don't know how to photograph this inside here. Very crawly on this one. Yeah, I mean, kind of, Sydney. A roommate that I don't see that often, or a roommate that I like. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not. I think. I think putting all your eggs in one basket as far as like a person goes, and just having like that person be everything, I think is crazy. I like the idea more of a roommate situation that you're also romantically involved with for everybody's mental health. I think that is a in a way that like it's kind of a simplistic way of saying it, but a more healthy relationship style for everybody. Get rid of that codependency. But that's me. That's just me. Exactly, Sydney. Yay! I'm glad you're home. I'm sure you're gonna crash now. It sounds like you've been traveling for a long time. Exactly, Sydney. All right, we're down to our last row of pots. Though I might end the video here because I should probably respond to that phone call that interrupted us a second ago. So I'm actually gonna go do that and do the rest off camera, and then the next live video will be maybe this evening or tomorrow evening, and we will be like putting the pots on my website, or maybe I don't know. We'll find some time. All right, I'm off. Thanks for hanging out, guys.